There was a village in the mountains of Bulgaria, like 1,000 other villages. It had a church, a square, families who had lived on the same land for generations. And one morning, in the late 15th century, it appeared on a list. The Ottoman Empire ruled a vast territory stretching from the Balkans to the Middle East. To maintain that power, it needed soldiers, but not just any soldiers. It needed men who had no family, no land, no loyalty except to the Sultan. So it created a system. The Ottomans called it Devshirme. The Bulgarians called it something else. They called it the blood tax. Officials traveled from village to village. They were not here for grain. They were not here for gold. They were here for boys, Christian boys, between 8 and 18 years old. They looked for strength, health, intelligence, the best ones, always the best ones, because the empire wanted what the families had spent years building. Ivan was 8 years old, dark eyes, strong for his age. He was exactly what they were looking for. His mother's hand tightened on his shoulder when the official stopped in front of them. The pen moved, and the world divided into before and after. He looked back 3 times. The third time, she was too far to see clearly. He would spend the next 20 years trying to remember her face exactly as it was in that moment. The way she held her hands, the sound she made, the things a child carries without knowing he is carrying them. They were taken to Constantinople. For a boy from a mountain village, it was like being taken to another world. And that was precisely the point. The further from home, the easier to rebuild. They gave him a new name, Ibrahim, a new language, a new faith, a new identity built carefully over the one that existed before. The empire was not cruel about it. It was methodical, and methodical is far more effective than cruel. By the time Ibrahim was 15, Ivan was a memory, a dream he had less and less often. Ibrahim Pasha rose through the ranks with the efficiency the system had been designed to produce. Loyal, capable, exactly what the empire built him to be. And the empire rewarded him with command, with territory, with power, with the assignment that would take him back. The assignment was straightforward. A new Devshirme collection, the Bulgarian territories. He knew the region. He had been born there. He accepted without hesitation. Because Ibrahim Pasha did not hesitate. That was who he was now. The mountains looked exactly as he remembered. Not a memory, a physical recognition. The body knowing a place before the mind admits it. The road curved the way it always curved. The light fell the way it always fell. 20 years, and the mountains had not moved at all. He had been in hundreds of villages. He had done this dozens of times. He told himself this was no different. He told himself that for the entire ride down from the mountain. He almost believed it. He watched his officials work. The procedure was correct, efficient. He had overseen this many times. He told himself the faces in the crowd were the faces of subjects. He told himself many things. And then he saw the boy. The boy was 8 years old, dark eyes, strong for his age, exactly what they were looking for. His mother's hand was on his shoulder, and Ibrahim Pasha stood across the square and could not move, because he remembered the weight of that hand. He had been carrying it for 20 years. He wrote the name. He was Ibrahim Pasha. He served the empire. The system did not pause for the feelings of its instruments. He had learned that at 8 years old. He wrote the name, folded the list, stood and walked toward his horse. And that was when he saw her. She recognized his eyes. A mother always recognizes the eyes. 20 years, an empire, a different name, a different faith, a different life built completely over the first one. None of it touched the eyes. She looked at him the way she had looked at him across a village square 20 years ago. Getting smaller, and now he was here, and she looked at him the way she had always looked at him, like he was still hers. He stood before her for a long moment. The Pasha, the instrument of the empire, the boy taken and rebuilt and sent back to take others. He stood before his mother in the square where she had watched him disappear. He had Ottoman, he had authority, he had 20 years of everything except the words for this.
Forgive me.
He rode away. The column followed. The list was complete. The empire's business was done. He did not look back. He had learned that at 8 years old. The third time he looked back, she was already too small to see. He would not make that mistake again. Behind him, a village stood in the late afternoon light, and a woman stood in a square, and she watched him disappear, the same way she had watched him disappear before. Except this time, she had heard his voice, and it still sounded like her son. The Devshirme collected hundreds of thousands of boys over 2 centuries. Most never went home. Some went home as conquerors. All of them carried something the empire could never take, no matter how long or how completely it tried. Subscribe and write in the comments, what would you have done in his place?